Now let's go to South Korea, where over 30 African ministers are attending the 2023 Korea-Africa Economic Cooperation Ministerial Conference in Busan. Part of the conversations at the three-day conference is about boosting economic cooperation between South Korea and African Union. Now, let's go across to Hassatu Diop Insele, the Vice President for Finance and Chief Finance Officer of the African Development Bank Group. Thank you for joining us from Busan. Could you just give us an outlook of what's expected from this meeting? What will be the priority areas that will be discussed?
Thank you very much for having me. The KOAFEC Ministerial Conference has been jointly organized by Korea and the African Development Bank Group since 2006. So really, it's a flagship event, always well attended on both sides, government officials, Pan-African institutions, but also the private sector and local investors. And it clearly demonstrates the interest in a very solid partnership between Korea and Africa. But there are many benefits to this partnership. Africans have an opportunity to learn from Korea's highly successful development experience, noting the significant transformation Korea has had over the last 70 years. And this is really a pathway and a trajectory that many African countries can relate to. Because as you may know, back in 1970, Korea was, had a GDP of $300, and today it's in excess of $30,000. And that the development model has really led the nation to leapfrog or to leap from being a least developed country to a developed country, and therefore offers an important lessons for the African continent.
But this also comes at a time where China is increasing investment in many African countries. The US has also come with its own plan to start creating infrastructure projects there. So can South Korea compete effectively in this ground?
It's not the needs of Africa are substantial, and our development we're experiencing development challenges. We have bilateral cooperation, there are multilateral cooperation, but all the resources that the continents are receiving is really does not really address the challenges of Africa. So we need as many partners as possible, partners that are interested in shared prosperity, and this is why the cooperation with Korea and with other countries as well is important to the African countries. So during this conference, participants are able to discuss and see how some of our countries' challenges can be turned into opportunity through partnerships, investments, and also knowledge transfers.
Hassatu Diop Insele, thank you for joining us, Vice President for Finance from the African Development Bank Group.